Hey guys, thank you for tuning in today. My name is Todd with HobbyLink Japan, and today's episode we are going to be taking a look at what we found interesting here at the, yes it is, the Shizuoka Hobby Show 2025. So come along and we're going to talk about what's hot. Alright, so for this video we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of trying to cover everything from the Shizuoka Hobby Show, we're zeroing in on the top 5 most exciting surprise announcements. Number 1, the most anticipated kit of the Shizuoka Hobby Show was, of course, without a doubt, Bandai's next entry in the Perfect Grade Unleashed lineup, the new Gundam. First teased back in February, Bandai did not disappoint, finally revealing this beast in all of its glory. Unlike the ultra-premium pre-built metal-structured new Gundam from a few years ago, this Perfect Grade Unleashed version comes with a full set of funnels right in the box. The original Perfect Grade Unleashed RX-78 stood at about 30 centimeters tall, but this new Gundam, it's shaping up to be probably, if it's, because I think the metal structure and this Perfect Grade, they're right about the same scale. So without the funnels, that's going to be about 37 centimeters tall. But when you have the funnels attached as well, this thing towers like a giant, probably around 55 centimeters tall. So you are getting quite a bit of plastic and kit for the money as well. This kit itself is actually scheduled to be released in January of 2026. But as usual with Bandai show reveals, we don't have any pre-order date set yet, so be sure to stay tuned for that and we'll get it added to our site as soon as possible. There were some other kind of interesting Bandai items that were revealed at the show as well. We had the latest Gundam anime, G-Quax, has some fresh kits that they finally showed off at the show. And the one actually that personally I've been looking forward to seeing the most is, I'm a big fan of the classic OG RX-78, and this new series does have its own version of this original OG daddy, and they had it on display at the show, and they're calling it not the RX-78, it was just listed on the tag as White Gundam. So that's what they're calling it, but it is the G-Quax version of the RX-78. One interesting thing, and actually one thing that I was really excited to see, because I was kind of worried that this might be a like a premium Bandai limited release. But no, actually it looked like at the show, according to the information tag, this is going to be a regular release kit. However, it will not be releasing until December. So there's going to be quite a bit of a wait for this kit. Now the red version of this kit, which is more prominent in the G-Quax anime, is going to be releasing actually this month here in May. So we'll get the red version here in May, but we'll have to wait until December to get that white version. We had the green version of their Zaku, we had the red version of their Zaku as well. And we'll put a couple of the other kits here. I won't go into too many details about talking about all of them, but we'll put them up here on the screen for you guys to see. All right, so moving on from Bandai. Now, the next item that I thought was really quite interesting from the show was at the Kotabukia booth. Now, Kotabukia, they are like Bandai. They make a lot of kits that are just easily snapped together. They come pre-molded in color from a hit space sim computer video game called Star Citizen. At the Kotabukia booth, they had 3 ship model kits on display, and I was really excited to see this because besides like usual mobile suit type of items, I'm a big fan of like spaceships and starships. So seeing these items on that booth on display at the booth was really exciting for me. The 3 ships that they have announced that are going to be released are the Aegis Hammerhead, a sleek-looking Aegis Gladius, and a more menacing-looking Anvil F8C were the names listed for these 3 kits. Unfortunately, there were no dates listed or prices listed as to when we could expect these kits, but we will get that information. Whenever we do get that information, we'll get them listed up on our site. Now, all 3 of these kits, I want to mention, also the tag did say that they all are going to be in the same 1/100th scale. So it's nice that all three of these ships are going to be in the same scale, and they'll all be perfect. They'll look perfectly on your shelf. Now they were a really good size. I thought not terribly too large, but not terribly too small. But yeah, I'm really hoping that these kits all sell well, because if they do sell well, then Kotabukia will continue with this line and we'll continue to get more Star Citizen kits in the future. All right, now switching lanes over to Ashima. Now they brought some seriously cool new kits to the show as well. And a couple of their car releases had me doing a bit of a double take. First up, now I'm a big fan of this car, the iconic Toyota Supra from the movie Fast and Furious, or Wild Speed as it is interestingly called over here in Japan. Ashima is going to be making a brand new toolkit of the 80 series Toyota Supra. Now, one thing that was kind of really interesting from this kit, now Ashima previously did have a Bomex kitted out Toyota Supra kit previously in their lineup, but this new kit differs also in that it has, and this is where it differs from pretty much every other Supra kit for the 80 series previously made, is that now this Ashima kit, just like the car in the movie, is going to have a removable targa top. So they displayed that here. You can see the image on the screen. They displayed it here at the show with the targa top in the off position, and you have a good look at the interior on the inside as well. So I'm really looking forward to this kit. It's a very iconic car from that Fast and the Furious movie. All right, but that's not all that Ashima had at their booth. They had 3 new toolkits that are going to be joining their 24th scale lineup of snap-together car kits. Now these, just like Gundam kits, where you don't need to paint the kits, or you don't need to use glue to put it together, these Ashima 24th scale snap car kits, you can just cut it off the runner, snap it together, and it will look beautiful right out of the box. And the 3 kits that they have announced for this new snap line is, one, the Honda Civic EK9. Now this is a tuner classic car. It was really, really popular in my day back in California, one of the hottest Civics, pretty much really hot around the entire world. And they also had the brand new Fairlady Z, or overseas I think it's just called the Z. And there's also a Lancer Evolution the 3. So the Lancer Evolution 3. So these 3 kits are going to be joining their snap kit lineup. Maybe one of these days we'll do a build of one of these kits and show it to you on the HobbyLink Japan live channel. So be sure to check that show out as well if you don't already. All right, now this was actually at the Hasegawa booth, but this is not a Hasegawa made item, but they import them into Japan, and it is a maker called Border Models. So Border Models, they've been doing some quite interesting new kits recently that are a bit outside of their normal scale lineup of just like tanks and aircraft, although they still do those. And we did have some announcements from Border Model at the show. I'll put that maybe up on the screen, kind of show. They had a Mustang and some other stuff. But the one that really caught my eye the most was this, really, I thought it was really a jaw-breaking new reveal, and they called it the Skybreaker, and it was a flying battleship. So this is really, check this out here on the screen. This is, yeah, gosh, what would you say? So it's got massive cannons, and this is kind of almost, what would you say, steampunk? Or would this be classified as diesel punk? I'm not exactly too sure what the differences are between the two, but it's really, yeah, it's not your typical kind of scale-looking item. It's more into that fantasy side of things, but it is quite the beast. No scale was given for this, but judging from the size of the item, it looked to be about the same size as like a World War II battleship, about in 1/350th scale. So yeah, it's really decently sized. So I'm guessing, given the size for this kit, it's probably going to have a good price to match as well. Unfortunately, they did not reveal what price is going to be listed for this kit or the date that it will be released as well. So, but they did show that at the show. I do hope that they actually are going to produce it and it will be released at some point, because I really want to have this kit for myself. Maybe if I beg and plead, HobbyLink Japan will let me build that one for the HobbyLink live show as well. We'll have to see. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that kit. All right, so let's move on then to the next one. And this is also going to be something that we had no idea was going to be on the way. Now, this is over at the Good Smile booth, Moderoid lineup. And this is also from a video game as well. So you can kind of see today's listings. There's kind of quite a few things that are based from video games. So this is from a video game called Horizon Zero Dawn. I hope I said that correctly here. Now, Moderoid Good Smile had actually already previously released one of the enemy units from this game into the Moderoid lineup, and that was called the Thunderjaw. Now, that released a few years back. Now, that was a really popular kit, and that also looked quite awesome. So just like that Thunderjaw, we're getting another otter enemy unit, I believe it is. And this one is called the Slaughter Spine. So check out these images here on the screen. This is a real beast of a unit, and it looks really nice. I don't remember if it actually listed with the dates that this one was going to be released or not, come to think of it. But just like all the other items that we have on that we are talking about today, as soon as we do get that information, we'll get it up on the site as soon as possible. Be sure to tune in to the next HobbyLink Japan live show, which should be, hopefully, next week on Wednesday, May 21st, around 12 p.m. Japan time. And me and Matsuri-chan, my usual co-host, now we'll be talking a bit more about what we saw at the Shizuoka Hobby Show, what we found interesting, what we found exciting. So be sure to tune in for that. And it's a live show, so you can comment on the show and let us know what you think about the show as well. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't forget, and drop a comment below which item at the Shizuoka Hobby Show was most interesting or exciting for you. We would love to hear that. And thanks for watching, and remember, keep those nippers sharp, and see you next time.